Costa Aero. I do note that it's 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometers south of Cryptor City, and like few hundred miles about couple hundred kilometers northwest of Rio de Blocks. This as I do note Bogey and Zen Z Cryptor, Rex, Scott Stefan, and their friends now reside before me. This as I do await Kent to arrive. This as I hear, and see him approach.
Hey Savage, welcome to Costa Aero.
Hey Kent. Long time no see.
Yes, Savage, this is I note your apartment is ready as one to bring you there.
Okay, this as I put my suitcase in trunk of your car, being a BMW.
Yes, this is I'll open up the trunk. There, Savage, you go in front passenger as I drive this car. Remember to wear your seatbelt, click it or ticket.
You do not need to remind me as I always put on my seatbelt once I enter vehicle, in this case, your car. This as I see the beach to my right, this as I see, Costa Diner. Stop the vehicle.
I'm not stopping there, anyhow for what?
I am hungry, I need to order lunch.
There is some food cooked at the apartment.
Really?
Yes, this is one of my friends who work there have meal ready for you as we arrive at the place in subject.
Okay, this as I will stay in a room first. I would stay in a room.
Sure, right away.
I will take the key.
Here you go, Kent. Go escort Savage to the room.
Okay, Savage, come with me.
Okay.
Here's your room. Let me use the keycard provided. There.
Neato, was it just vacuumed today?
Yes, as the bed was just made in past hour.
I wouldn't mind subject on that end, as it's bare.
This is here you enjoy the view of the beachfront, also the television as we have cable television.
This as I must note, it's a splendid day.
Yes, but it to rain tonight and to rain hard tomorrow. Also to be quite windy with gust of 40 miles per hour or 65 km per hour approximately. Also quite unseasonably cool. Temperatures of 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius compared to balmy 77 degrees Fahrenheit or 25 degrees Celsius for today.
I do note, I gotta get my rain gear out for tomorrow. Is there any channel for weather on the television?
Yes, Costa Weather, Channel 25. Also for the news, Costs 24 on Channel 16. Alito News 24 International Robloxia on Channel 20. Costa 7 on Channel 7. Kanbor.net International Robloxia on Channel 18. Esports Gaming Channel on Channel 19. Autosport Channel 21. As more channels are on the card on the TV, in which also features radio stations on AM and FM band and selected frequencies should you listen it on the radio. By the way, on Channel 19, Costa Gamer ESP, Gaming and Esports Channel, to be esports match from outside Costa Aero. In Digi Square EliteYear in Elite City Metro. EliteYear in which my cousin who works there, Kevin, with my brother working at Digi Costa Aero Z.A, in which to be esports match of Z Fuel K-Tech Gaming Elito season of IOTA's 2022. EY1022 being esports match of Elite City Shop in Digi Red Blitz Esports versus the celebrities, at tonight 8 o'clock p.m. Elite City time and time here in Costa Aero with viewing party at Digi Costa Aero Z.A.
Yes, this as Zen Z Cryptor have interest. Are any celebrities from Costa Aero also participating or just strictly Litopian celebrities?
There are few participants from Costa Aero, one from Kanbordee City, one from Xenopolis City, Xenopolia.
Who are the participants in Costa Aero?
Bogey E. Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar Roblox Unit Division, and your relative Francis Sistanen.
What? I gotta telephone him right away on explanation, as I have to call Francis Cell immediately. By the way, he arrived here in past 2 days residing in adjacent apartment.
Costa Aero? I wish I'd go on vacation there. Corey Zanders. Mark Zaniels, you also should note of Costa Zeno, Bami State, Xenopolia and Xenopolia's southeast end. I've been on vacation there since 2019, EY 1019, anyhow a friend told me there, Costa Aero and Costa Zeno are like similar. Although it's like hundreds of kilometers apart, separated by international boundary, Block C Federation West, and Xenopolian Republic, it was used to be under Dynatopian control since 1960, EY 0960 until it's under Xenopolian control concerning Costa Zeno. Mark Zaniels, this is I wonder, on the teams participating, which teams? And video game? Corey Zanders, to be Sap Heights Thunder vs Peridot Gamer, Best of 5, League of Legends, and for you Costa, at 1600 hours Elite City, 2000 TRX and Pecco, 83.3 EMT, 833 Kiatrokins?
Correct. Mark Zaniels and Corey Zanders, the Pecco Phoenicolan esports match in the Gemstonian series of IOTAS, 2022, EY 1022 to occur at 8 o'clock p.m. Pecco time, translating to 4 o'clock p.m. Elite City in Costa Aero. Speaking of Costa Aero, as for you Savage S. Sistanen, your relative Savage B. Sistanen has arrived to Costa Aero since 1 p.m. Elite City in Costa Aero time, just several minutes ago, as I just got a hold of my cousin Kent in Costa Aero in past few moments.
Really?
Yes, he said that he loves the beachfront there.
Yes. I can't wait for him to send me pics over messaging and social media.
Welcome back to Afternoon Live on EliteYear News 24. I am Catherine Zanils and this is Corey EliteStar over at Studio EL1 at EliteYear News 24 EliteYear Media HQ in Elite City, Elitopia. Don't be alarmed of the music that is playing now in the background.
That is the exact music that was playing during Clock Guidance segment as part of Music Mayhem Fridays. This as it relates to the segment we present as earlier in the day, one of the finest restaurants in Elite City, Omega Italo, this as it gets renamed to Omega Costa, in which new owner takes over as previous owner. My father Bert EliteStar retires after 50 years since 1972, EY 0972. We go live inside Omega Costa on Kanbordee Street in Elite City as we find Daniel Elitojinks. Daniel, why the sudden rename in such a hurry?
It was his idea to rename as this was planned since earlier in July 2022, ETA EY 1022, this as he learned of the previous owner's retirement as he pitched in to take over, this as the renaming takes effective today, as the restaurant still serves the best quality food but with a different attitude. This is Robert EliteYear now runs this restaurant. Now Robert, most residents in Elite City this morning note something different to this restaurant. Any reactions from them?
Yes, they were surprised. This is some esports gamers from Elite City shot in DG Red Blitz Esports in which to compete in esports match tonight against the celebrities. This is do note the restaurant. This as they are deciding on potential to postpone the match to the later day.
We do apologize to interrupt, but we have this development just into Elito News 24. In a statement released by Elite City Shock and EXG Esports, as with fellows from DG Red Blitz Esports, that they are expected to bring Web Chesterfield Esports Club to Omega Costa to dine out tonight. This as we have a related esports alert on our hands, as we hand off to Smith Zanders over at the Elito News 24 newsroom for more.
I am Smith Zanders, lead newsroom editor over at Elito News 24 newsroom. This as we has learned that the celebrity esports match, Elite City Shock and Digi Red Blitz Esports, versus the celebrities to compete tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Elite City has unfortunately gotten postponed. They plan to announce a new date on the match, in the statement to be released tomorrow morning no later than 8 o'clock a.m. Elite City. Shaker, Raptor, win his match start in Peko Esports match in the Gemstonen series of IOTA 2022 in Peko Finakolnan Esports. Sapphire Thunder vs Peridot Gamer in Best of 5 in League of Legends.
The event to begin at 4 o'clock p.m. Elite City, 9 o'clock p.m. Web Chesterfield. Yes, Shaker, this translates to 1 a.m. Kb.P.
Correct, Kanbor. This as event start is just 60 minutes away as it's 12 midnight Kb.T, 3 p.m. Elite City, Calico 0 Dozinal 0 Kb.DT, 79.1 EMT and 1900 TRX. Also 8 p.m. Web Chesterfield. This is my cousin Mark Zaniels is to be working at DGSELZ with Corey Zanders. This is for you cousin Raptor, and for you Farah, you must be following the race being the participants from the regional Auto Olympics to race with the Elitopian racing drivers cause my brothers from Zen Racing in which DRBE have strong support, they are amped up.
Yes Andrew Zaniels, however the race is being postponed until tomorrow due to rain but not as heavy as yesterday. Rainfall advisory issued for Elite City Metro by MSE, as Zen Racing will make surprise visit in half hour. Shaker, don't get too excited, Farah, Corey Zanders do acknowledge Zen Racing and racing captain and legend Cooper, David Daniels to arrive since today's race is rained out and postponed until tomorrow. I did not expect Cooper from ZR to arrive at 3:30 p.m. Farah, this sure gives a surprise to me. Mickey Daniels, also Dennis Daniels of RDK 3000 TriStar as he told me he is on his way. This being Dennis D. Cryptor, also his relative Slacker, Max S. D. Cryptor as he to arrive with Dennis D. I heard what Shaker said, Slacker, this is I received text message from David Daniels, he to arrive at DG Square Latosat at 15:30 but he to arrive at RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ no later than 15:10. Yes, Dennis D. Cryptor this is Max S. D. Cryptor learned of subject when David Daniels learn of surprise visit via correspondent from Elito Rev as I heard what Mark E. Cryptor report on RDK 3000 TriStar today as I was near set of Studio RX, he said that the subject is confirmed, at 15:07 when he to arrive at RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ.
Yes, Dennis and Max, this is Tiffany Daniels also learn of David's reveal as it's his birthday today, as I to give birthday gift to him for his car as in behalf of David wants to say thank you for giving me gifts as he also does want it for him and his car.
This is I see the sun just peeking out now, as I must note the time as I check my watch. 5:45 p.m. 90.6 EMT. 2175 TRX. This is, did the rain just suddenly stop ahead of time?
Yes, Kevin EliteYear. The MSE has forecasted rain to end at this time in Elite City at 17:45.
Did the forecast got updated, Chris Skystar?
Yes, since the forecast was updated in the past 15 minutes. 1 Choi, 25 Desinits at 17:30. However, you should have called my name as Chris K. Cryptor. Anyhow, I gotta head to Digi Square EliteZA to take off my rain gear, and to walk to Gamer Corner.
For what?
I am going to await my car there, as I to head to one spot in Elite City via car.
Dark Street? The road is closed due to flooding in past 2 days.
No, it's some other facility. This is Sean Z. Cryptor to put my rain gear at my office at the main HQ, as I to walk toward Gamer Corner as my car in autopilot and is en route to set location as it departed from the underground staff parking at the main HQ. Anyhow, I am not heading here, nor Gamer Corner, nor Omega Costa. This is I to stop near the doors of Gamer Corner, just to await my car, as I got my key fob for it. I see it approach, as it's my Chris Mobile, as I do have my things in my car. Gonna wait until it completely stops, then I to head in. This is I must check the gauges on the PHEV battery state of charge and fuel level status and EV and fuel range, and as well what hybrid and drive mode it's set to. This is I am already buckled up, as I disengaged parking brake, shift into gear and take off. This is vehicle hybrid system is set to hybrid auto, in normal mode. EAWD is on, PHEV battery at 75% state of charge. Slight over half tank of fuel left, 192 kina nitros, 77 kilometers EV range and 1250 kina nitros, 500 kilometers fuel range left.
This is Web Chesterfield Esports Club takes on Elite City Shock and DG Red Blitz Esports. This is the match is coming up in half hour at 8 o'clock PM Elite City. Quad Zeros. This is... Hold on. What? RDK TSRT. 15M sequence target. Oh my, for you RDK TV viewers, we will hand off to Studio RX immediately. I am Mark E. Cryptor and this is Chris K. Cryptor over at RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center, Studio RX at the main HQ in Elite City. Some unexpected event has occurred at Master Control Room Alpha.
This is one of our workers mistakenly pressed the button when reaching for an energy bar near one of the monitors. This as he accidentally pressed his elbow at the button in subject in which triggered the countdown sequence to RDK 3000 TriStar today in which the timer was set to default. 15 minutes as he also mistakenly pressed button beside to start the countdown music cue.
We do want to apologize for the subject, and as a result the final 15 minutes of first hour of BWG2N will not be seen, as the show will return for third hour after RDK TSRT at 2100 hours RDK and Elite City, as we will hand off back to Raymond Blake.
This is I received some feedback. This is concerning the DoZ and RBE versus the celebrities to take places. Hold on, important message from Marky. Oh god, we do want to apologize as we hand off to my bro Marky. Mark E. Cryptor and his colleague Chris K. Cryptor over at Studio RX at the RDK main HQ. Fast!
I am Mark E. Cryptor and this is Chris K. Cryptor over at RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center, Studio RX at the main HQ in Elite City.
We do want to apologize for cutting in so suddenly. This is we have to take over for a few as told by our producers since we got told by Jared B. Cryptor that we need to cut out from the VWG2N hosts as a preventative measure as the hosts are with Raymond Blake before cut to Scott Alito Star.
This is I had to tell him to urgently tell the viewers to hand off to us. This as he said, this as he have received feedback concerning ELS and DRBE versus the celebrities, to be gamers versus celebrities match number 1 week from tonight, July 30th, 2022 at 2000 hours RDK and Elite City being Elito Games Celeb vs Gamer 2K22, then on the 31st. Time of day yet to be announced. Z Fuel K-Tech Gaming Elito Series of IOTA 2022, EY1022 Celebrity vs Gamers Esports in a 2-match series. This as he would have announced the match information. To be Gamers versus Celebrities match numbers 2 and 3, in a 2-day event.
This is we will follow it on VWGT and VWG2N, also RDKTSRT in the week ahead. This is we want to give a rundown in store for RDK 3000 TriStar today. The esports match Elite City Shock and Digi Red Blitz Esports versus Webchesterfield Esports Club, the Xeno Millennium Preparations, the Pecco Finicolan Esports in the Gemstonian series of IOTAs, 2022, the horrific incident to the yacht by a strong waterspout in waters off Costa Aero during rainstorm, Webchesterfield Esports Club visit to Elite City, Kanbor Costa opening in Kanbordee City, and the countdown to HNM Kaysar.
This is event to occur at 1600 hours Kaysar City, 2000 hours RDK, and Elite City. That and more is ahead on RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime Edition.
This is we are going to start RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime Edition, as we are powered up always on all networks of RDK 3000 TriStar, radio, streaming, television and more. Hold on. Also Silimcast on Viva Vision and Vista Television too? This as we also want to welcome to the viewers on Vista and Viva Vision as RDKTSRT begins right now. I am Chris K. Crypter and this is Mark E. Crypter.
We are bringing this newscast live from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center Studio RX at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia.
Here's the headlines at 1945 RDK and Elite City, almost Choi 99, Desinute 2376. But first we have a programming alert to pass to you. This is we got learned that the VWG2N hosts has gotten told by Elito Gamer ESP to cover the ELS and DRBE versus WBE esports match on Elito Gamer ESP as the producers of VWG2N has decided as a result to end the show for the night, as they to be back tomorrow. This as they also told us to air this newscast on Vista Television and Viva Vision as with native airing on RDK 3000 TriStar television service.
This is a result this to be a 2 1/4 hour special edition, as we begin with the esports match in subject. This is we have less than quarter hour to go until match start in a 2-match series. This is Elite City Shock and DG Red Blitz Esports to compete against Webchesterfield Esports Club. This is first match they to compete in FPS video game in best of 5, then in match 2, to be EPRI in Speed Blitz 2020 Virtual Auto Race. This is in behalf of RDK 3000 TriStar. I'm Mark E. Crypter from the fellas wishes the viewers, especially in Kaysar Republic on RDK 3000 TriStar television service Kaysar English feed, splendid HNM Kaysar of Leo 681 KE. This is we are down to the final minute.
This is also in behalf of I, Chris K. Crypter, wishes those for Xenopolian viewers tuning and listening in a Merry Xeno Christmas. This as it's nearing 25th day of 12th month on the Xeno calendar, Cancer 25, Xeno year 1999 on the XK type. The one on the XC isn't until next 6 days. And this Christmas in Xeno in the cultural one, but the official one isn't until December 25th, 2022. However, this is tied to the broader Christmas in July as we play a Christmas music once countdown reaches 0. This is the race to be into the second hour, and Elite City Shock and Digi Red Blitz Esports compete against Webchesterfield Esports Club in Esports Match Double-Header Match number 1. This as it's into the final countdown approaching 2000 RDK. Choi and Desinute 0, 50 seconds, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59.
Happy New Month KSAR.
Merry Xeno Christmas.
Leo 681. Katie.
This as it's confirmed. All radio stations in Xenopolis City and across Xenopolia with exception of Xeno News Radio, Xeno Gamer Radio, Xeno Sports Radio and RDK 3000 TriStar Radio Service Xenopolia P has started playing Christmas music as the music you are hearing now is the first song that is being played now as the Christmas music to play non-stop for the next 24 hours. This is the radio station here in Elite City called sign ENIC-FM 100.30 MHz. 100.3 ENIC followed suit to play Christmas music as the same music gets playing now, as the music genre to last until morning of July 26, 2022. By the way, the music in audio portion regarding Jingle Bells from Jingle Punk has originated from the radio station 100.3 ENIC in which my sister Crystal Kaistar works.
Not to mention the fireworks going off in KSAR City for Happy New Month KSAR of Leo month, and this is only authorized for 2 HNMs for final 2 months of the year of 681 KE, or Costa Aero with the new year to occur around vernal equinox in the next 2 months. To be year 682 KE.
This is the race is onto the second hour, but we have a report later on. This is concerning the esports match, Elite City Shock and Digi Red Blitz Esports versus Webchesterfield Esports Club. They are battling now in esports match this as we learn. It gets contested yet. This in match 1. This as we got told that the mode was changed at last minute, thus media with exception of Alito News 24 and Jinx 24 were told of it first, to compete in best of 3 in DoZ.A 9. To repeat, to be best of 3 in DoZ.A 9. We are joined with Alito News 24 and Alito Gamer ESP's Raymond Blake, since his bro Jared B. Cryptor is running late. Raymond, what gives?
It sure is contested, however, but first, the producers from Alito Gamer ESP would like to kindly request RDK TSRT producers to cut with the New Year audibles and Christmas music regarding Xeno Christmas and HNM KSAR Leo 681 KE, please. Thank you. This as we heard it through the headset. This as the esports match gets in progress as Dippy Looney Marco, WBE competes against Theta Gladiolus Peridot, ELS plus DRBE, as the video game developed by MMXXII firm, GLA DoZ.A 9, a Tron-like game, in which was requested by Scott Elitastar. SE Stars plays since his friend residing in Hex City. Hex Topolia, in which told SE Stars plays is very popular in MMXXII esports as he showcased a live gameplay of it in yesterday's live stream on SE Stars Plays Alito Tube channel. This as he would have mentioned that in BWG2 and before you Mark and Chris had to take over in such a furry. Richard Kenders, no wonder you got a new car. 2023 EY 1023 Flex Farahachi XS E PHEV with a 1.8-liter turbo i4 7-speed dual clutch and all-wheel drive. And why is there a miniature soccer ball in Kanbor colors on the dash and larger one in the front passenger seat? Mark Zaniels, the one on a seat is a plushie. The one on the dash is a clock that my cousin, in which his name is Corey Kenders, in which he's from soccer team, Kanbordee City Kanbors, for Kanbordee Premier League, in which he and his team is dominating the Kb.P Kb.P 17, DoZ.A Dekel, 131. 2022, EliteYear EY 1022, he resides in Kanbordee City. I got the new car in past week or so. I was also given a poster of him that I to hang up on the wall, also the 18-month calendar in a little calendar form, for the second half of EY 1022 or 2022, Kb.P 17 and full 12 months of EY 1023, 2023, Kb.P 18, also the weekly and monthly planner in Kanbor calendar form with Elitopian calendar inserts for same time period. This is Corey Kanders and his bro, in which is my cousin Joseph Kanders from Kanbordee City Shock, in which he is visiting Elite City for today as he gave me the items in subject, as he is beside me. Joseph, how much Elios in cash do you have left, and Kanbor coins?
100 Elios, 8,000 Kanbor coins. Anyhow, Richard, I also must note, the soccer tournament, the Kanbor-LapiBalKip duel Kb.P 17, DoZ.A 131, 2022, EY 1022 to occur at key times, at Happy New Month Kanbordee and Kb.P 17, on 2nd and Kb.P 17, 4th and 5th or August 1st, 2nd, 4th and 5th, 2022, Eta 31st and Theta 1st, 3rd and 4th, EY 1022, but it to occur at 5 am KBT, 7 am Kipnionian, 0.0 EMT, 0000T, RX and 8 o'clock PM Elite City on July 31st, 2022, also August 1st, 2nd and 4th, 2022, first 2 on 1st and 2nd of Anian in Kanbordee City, remaining 2 in Mudkip City, Kipnionian on 4th and 5th.
Yes, Joseph, this is I must note Kip Hex 24 International Kanbordee and the domestic feed in Kipnionian to have coverage of soccer matches for the remaining Kip Hex 24 networks to cover the Zeno Millennium celebrations, as KN24 is the only network in Kanbordee and Kanbor world to cover the Zeno Millennium celebrations, as with RDK Kan TV also the domestic network, RDK 3000 TriStar television service main, among Elito News 24, Jinx 24, Kip Hex 24 Elitopia feed, and such, as Zeno News 24 will also have extensive coverage. Anyhow, your car is the same as mine. You got new car also?
Yes, however for some reason, the car parked beside, is the same as mine and same colors, but the yellow stripe on hood and roof on his car while on mine is blue, and the license plate on mine and his cars, is being an Elitopian license plate, mine being Kanbordee type.
Game on. Yes, and that is my car parked next to yours, driven by me, Shaker, Mickey Daniels of Elite City Shock. Joseph Kanders from Kanbordee City Shock, where are the remaining teammates of your team?
In Kanbordee City. I am visiting Elite City solo for the day.
Drat. I and teammates for ELS would have challenged you in esports match at DG Square Elitosat, but I had to scrap the subject since I note your teammates is in Kanbordee City. However, I and you plus Richard Kanders from DRBE plan something for today, since we at ELS and DRBE have no matches today.
This is KBS have no matches for the week ahead.
Good, this is we are going to head to Elite City Golf Club as we are going to play golf. This is it to be 9-hole round, not 18.
Hold on, the three of you. Chris K. Cryptor has learned that weather is unfavorable for golf. It'll gonna rain hard as it to be quite windy imminently. I had to put out my reindeer as I have to head to my car.
Oh my god. Are you sure that it'll gonna rain?
Yes.
Oh my god. Kanbor, Pikachu, we gotta abort. We are instead to go shopping at the Elito Mall Elite City Shopping Center, then have lunch at Elito Burgers. This is the Gamers vs Celebrities match was moved from today to yesterday. We won the match yesterday, in a heated one, encounter Blitz Striker in best of 7 then E-Prix yesterday evening. Francis and Bogey from Costa Aero won the E-Prix. This is I had to put on my rain gear too, and await for Chris K. Cryptor. This is the three fellows Chris went to them. They had to go into their cars, as I see them putting on their rain gear, as Mark Zaniels and Corey Zanders has since departed as they went in the vehicles and drove off seconds ago. Chris K. Cryptor has since went in his car. This is I to await his honk. This is, oh no. Wind is picking up fast, it'll gonna rain. Again, thunder. Oh my god. It's beginning to rain. It's raining hard. Windy out too.
Mark
Sean Z. Cryptor at the main HQ. Sean Z. Cryptor at the main HQ. Yes, Marky? Head to the observation desk. Now, it's raining hard. Go empty the rain gauge immediately. This is I will do it immediately. Thank you.
Mark E. Cryptor?
Chris.
Yes, Mark E. Cryptor?
We better depart now as we are heading back to the main HQ.
Yes, this explains me honking in past moment in which if you are ready.
Welcome back to Elito News 24's Afternoon Live. I am Corey EliteStar bringing to you live over at Elito News 24 News Center Studio EL24 at Elito Media HQ in Elite City, Elitopia. Catherine Zaniels is on assignment as she to be back at next hour's show. Headlines at 2:30 p.m. Elite City. We begin this half hour with the preparations for the Zeno Millennium as for today, in which is a federal holiday in Xenopolia being Kingdom Day, as this year marks the 12th century of the kingdom formation. This is King Zeno, one of the founders of Kingdom of Zeno in 822 AD, Elite Year 178 before Elite Epoch, Zeno Year 800 before being toppled by Communist Party becoming Communist State of Zeno since 1422, EY 0422, XY 1400 in which became Soviet State of Zeno before fall of Soviet State to become Republic of Zeno or just Zeno since 1720, EY 0720, XY 1698, in which becomes Xenopolia since 2018, EY 1018, Kb.P 13, XY 1996, just 4 years ago. Parades are underway as we speak in Xenopolis City. We go live to our affiliate Zeno News 24 from down south to Xenopolis City, Xenopolia with Alex Riom. Wait a minute, did Zeno News 24 just launched new set and new logo? The logo is similar to the Elito News 24 logo. Yes, this is we launched the logo and set just today in the past 90 minutes at 12 o'clock p.m. Xenopolis City, 1 o'clock p.m. Elite City. Anyhow, this is you said yes, it's Kingdom Day in Xenopolia today. Is not only that, it is also New Year's Eve on the base solar format for the Zeno Millennium. However, the official one won't be until evening of August 4th, 2022. This is there will be fireworks in Xenopolis City and some of Xenopolia tonight following ball drop at 7 p.m. Xenopolis City. This in which new Zeno Day occur, in which is standardization in modern era as new day starts at 7 p.m. in daylight saving time, 6 p.m. outside of DST period, historically at sunset, in which, hold on, Alex, let me remind that 7 p.m. XLC translates to 8 o'clock p.m. in the evening Elite City, 5 a.m. Kb.T, in which the second soccer match tonight is Kanbordee Klipni Mark K. Crypter, have you wrote subjects on my calendars for DP on Kb.P 17 and Theta EY 1022? Is it concerning subject the TV presenter discussed on 5 DP on Kb.P 17 at 0500 Kb.T and related one in less than 5.5 hours at 0500 Kb.T, 0700 Klipni? Yes, Rex X Crypter, this is concerning subject on the Zeno Millennium. As I heard from fellows from other RDK establishments, there will be celebrations galore, widespread in Xenopolia including the mecca of the celebrations, Xenopolis City, also some celebrations in Altronic City, Altronica. Also Omnistar, Omnia, some locales in Blitz Dinozania, Rikatopi, Rikstapalia, Silver City Korhatopia, the Hugh Exitex block, Web Chesterfield, and also in certain areas in Elitopia, Riker, Sharkville, and along the Elitopian Xenopolian border plus Elite City Metro. However, is banned in Kb.P and Mudcup City. Revelers celebrating with fireworks will be arrested on the spot and result in automatic jail, and if done by establishment, will be seized. As subject cannot be covered on terrestrial and cable television in Kb.P and Sikapo regarding the celebrations, this for a reason. Kiphex 24 Kb.P and International Kanbordee, Sentbet, Sikapo, and Kanbor World feeds to feature football match in question. Yes, Mark K. Crypter, this is Kanbordee City Canvers to compete in football match in second match tonight 0500 Kb.T, 0700 Kb.P, then series shifts to Kb.P, as I am going to Mudcup City, Kb.P late on 2nd DP on Kb.P 17 or early 3rd, 2nd, or 3rd August, 2022. Yes, translating to 7 a.m. Kb.P, this is Canber's take on the Mudcup City Mudcus. Correct, Markip. This is final match of series in Kanbor Stadium, then remaining 2 at Mudcup Dome in Mudcup City. We have this news alert coming into Elito News 24 from Kanbordee City. There has been a fire alarm at Kanbor Stadium forcing delay of Kanbordee-Klip Ionian Dual Soccer Match number 2. This believed to be blamed on the Zeno Millennium Reveller, who's also a soccer fan, in which word also just in. Is also responsible for the goal horns and New Year audibles. This from our affiliate KN24. This is the Kanbor Police and Fire Department are en route. Damn. You should note if he done it to venue in Xenopolia including Xenopolis City. Regarding fire alarm, it's a 2500 Zarko fine, 980 Elios, plus weeks in jail. However, if done in Elitopia, it can result in a felony up to 5000 Elios, plus 5 years in the slammer. Anyhow, for Kanbordee City incident, he to face up to 6 months in jail plus 250,000 Kanbor coin fine, 3200 Elios.
I do note, it's also illegal regarding false fire alarms in Costa Aero in Block C Federation West. However, there was an attempt to do it, at Digi Costa Aero's in which was just finished messaging with my cousin on my phone. He said, the person who was going to set off fire alarm was caught before he pulled the fire alarm to celebrate the subject. He was asked to leave and given a warning. This was first noted by Rex Bloxetian.
Costa, I fair must add, there was even an attempt to do it too for celebration of Zeno Millennium on solar reference method but EY1J, near entrance to esports arena section, at exit of wrestling arena section. A wrestler from EWE noted it and wrestled the fellow down this before Monday Night Raw. Ushers came to the fellow who attempted to set off fire alarm at wrestling arena section as the fellow were escorted to ushers back to the seat.
Yes, this is the wrestler is smart to take action fast. Anyhow got learned. Soccer match to start. Confirmed to 8:15 p.m. Elite City start. 01.0 EMT. 025 TRX. 5:15 AM KBT. 20L.3. 20E. Or 211 in base 10 KBDT and 3 DoZ.A.
20-15 hours?
Yes, in the next dozen or so minutes, when fireworks stop in Elite City.
Phew. I do miss the subjects outside Kanbordee, however embraced subjects at Kanbor Stadium. But that was unauthorized. Even they called the cops, the Kanbor police, as the officers was dispatched. This as my bro Joseph Kanders, in which he went out of the door for esports practice, has given me DVD of subjects of live stream he recorded on the computer. Concerning the Xeno Millennium celebrations last night, on Solar Method. The official method isn't until 5th Dipian at 5 AM KBT. This is I to head to Mudkip City, Kipnonian later on in the day. As with rest of teammates of Kanbordee City Kanbors, as series shifts toward Mudkip Dome, next to Kip Hex 24 headquarters for the final 2 matches of the Kanbordee Kipnonian Duel Kb.P 17, DoZ.A Deck L, XE, 131, 2022, in a 4-match football series, on 4th and 5th at 5 AM KBT, 7 AM Kipnonian. It will be rooftop closed as precautionary measure in case of fireworks for Xeno Millennium. However, celebrations of subject are illegal in Kipnonian as police will be patrolling on land, sea and air. Anyone who do action to celebrate Xeno Millennium will be arrested on the spot. Anyhow, for the match on early morning 5th, also due to weather as forecast calls for rain.
Yeah, the Xenopolian fox is now back at the zoo after being taken care by the vets. This is Zen S. Cryptor has to wrestle the fox down once he approaches me, but I take action. Now Crystal X Cryptor, I will be heading back to Elite City, Elitopia in a few hours, as I will be in video call with you at 1800 hours Elite City, 1700 hours Xenopolis City. This is I will have to supervise the RDK6 in the CDL Playoffs 2022 viewing party at the subject at the main HQ regarding the event staging area.
Okay, Zen S. Cryptor, when you be departing?
Before noon Elite City, 1100 Xenopolis City, 62.5 EMT, 1800 TRX, I to board Hyperloop but must to stop at Xenoburgers first to order lunch at the drive-thru before I head to the station. This is Emerald Surge shuts out Big Ben Royal Ravens 3-2, Bean Hub Breach were losers to Star Thieves 3-2, Optic Lone Star shuts out Maple Ultra 3-2 and Peach Face shuts out Apple Subliners 3-2. In upper bracket primary, on tap for today, the Royal Ravens take on Apple Subliners, Bean Hub Breach takes on Maple Ultra, in lower bracket initial round, Peach Phase vs Emerald Surge and Star Thieves and Optic Lone Star in upper bracket quarterfinals. Ravens versus the Subliners, early this afternoon around 2-ish ELC, 1-ish XLC.
as RDK 3000 TriStar today. I am Chris K. Cryptor and this is Mark E. Cryptor.
We are broadcasting live from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center Studio RX at the RDK main HQ in Elite City, Elitopia. We give warm welcome to viewers of Vista and Viva Vision.
Headlines at 1942 RDK and Elite City, and 30 seconds also 1842 Xenopolis City, as we have 17.5 minutes remaining to the Xeno New Year. The Xeno Millennium of Xeno Year 2000 on the regional calendar.
This while at NYE section of DGS, ELZ, as we show live shots there as we await the 15-minute countdown sequence to the Xeno Millennium, at 1945 RDK and ELC, 1845 XLC.
While below in Esports Arena section, there's viewing party of Call of Duty League Esports match, Star Thieves taking on Optic Lone Star in final match of Day 2 in lower bracket initial round.
From esports to soccer, this is the final match of the Kanbordee Ionian soccer, or football match to occur the Kanbors and the Mudkas to kick off at 0500 KBT 0700 KIP at start of Xeno Millennium.
According to Kanbor Newswires, Sandop Civil Wars ends at 7:15 RDK and Elite City this morning surrendered to Rebel Group, treaty signed by Wednesday of next week by Sandop government.
Coming up at 1920 XLC, 2020 RDK, we will await the XY2K compliance report to see if there's any notable issues by the XY2K bug on Xenopolian systems, even if the issue is very minor, or no issues at all.
We begin with the RDK 3000 TriStar RDK countdown watch for the Xeno Millennium, as we are close to quarter hour towards Xeno Year 2000 in the Xeno calendar, in which on the types in the past being the Kingdom and Communist, Soviet calendar, now called the Kino and Costa types.
This is We Take You Live to the NYE Central of DG Square Litosat as Jared Ray Star to kick off 15-minute countdown sequence with Renee Sanders and 2 others as the countdown timers for the Chris clocks and Marky clocks are set and armed to fire at 1945 RDK and Elite City as we brought it out and set. It then faced toward the cameras.
The 15-minute countdown is underway, and that is to follow by the 10,000 Trocon, 1 Choi, 6 Dozinal Monaro countdown to the Xeno Millennium at 99.0 EMT, 2376 TRX, 954.0, 94 Do 6.0 ELST, 1946 RDK and 36 seconds.
This is we are to await the NYE balls to raise in Xenopolis City and also here in Elite City, and other areas but not in Kanbor World, with exception of RDK Kan mastered by RDK Gon Head Supervisor Mickey K. Cryptor in Kanbordee City.
The 15-minute countdown is underway, and that is to follow by the 10,000 Trocon, 1 Choi, 6 Dozinal Monaro countdown to the Xeno Millennium at 99.0 EMT, 2376 TRX, 954.0, 94 Do 6.0 ELST, 1946 RDK and 36 seconds.
This is we are to await the NYE balls to raise in Xenopolis City and also here in Elite City, and other areas but not in Kanbor World, with exception of RDK Kan mastered by RDK Gon Head Supervisor Mickey K. Cryptor in Kanbordee City. Anyhow, I must note the subject on lunch news show on Elito News 24, that get aired at noon on Elito News 24 International Robloxia, this being subject I am listening to live stream while I cook up some Latino type food. Stefan Bloxton, I Rex Bloxizzy on do note, that makes me hungry, what you cooking up? Taco wraps, I have to cook meat on stove on frying pan, my dad learned me to cook in the past, so I know how to use the stove. Yes, this is Chimo is back as I Scott Bloxkip ordered lunch for me at sushi place in Costa Aero. Now I do hear, subjects other than CDL and soccer at 3. Yes, Scott Bloxkip in Costa Aero, this is I Mark Zaniels do note there's a new esports team in Elitopian esports, well, loosely related to the subject party picketing in CDL but have no affiliation in either way. 1 Groven Osadek Thieves, or Groven Osadek Thieves. Yes, Raptor, in alternative terms, 144 over 64 Thieves. What? 144 64 Thieves? I Rex am wondering when does the esports team in Elitopian League of Gaming Game Jam gets debuted? Whoa. I Scott must alert subjects in Costa Aero and RDK 3000 TriStar Roblox Unit DVISON of subject immediately. What the hell? Groven Osadek Thieves? I Stefan must note, is there any related subjects in Elitopian esports today that is inspired by the one mentioned in which to occur at soccer match start Canbors vs Firestorm and Mudkas vs Wales? Since yesterday immediately during surprise unraveling after Star Thieves win against Peach Phase and shortly before Optic Lone Star vs Emerald Surge in CDL Playoffs 22 in upper bracket final. Anyhow just heard chatter with Optic Elito, in which Mark Zaniels told Farah, Corey Xander's subject to occur at 3 PM Elite City, start before 3:15 PM Elite City. As do you know video game in which is related to Call of Duty but have significant differences that involves subjectives in relation to characters from Ben 10 and Steven Universe. This translates to 1500 hours Costa Aero, as I do note, some video game made by Kanbordee and video game firm in which relates to the Spinel and Crystal Gems vs Splictions, Octal of DoZ.A?
That is correct. Stefan Blockstand in Costa Aero. This is I Kevin Alito Costa do note, to be subject today at 3 PM Elite City in Costa Aero, Midnight Kb.P in which the esports teams Groven Osadek Thieves, and Optic Alito to do action but we can't tell details at this time. I can't am confused on what Groven and Osadek means. What does it mean? Groven is 12 dozen, dozen is 12, 12 multiplied by 12 equals 144, as Osadek is Splix number for 64. You should note the fellow who introduces the Kanbor Spinel calendar and Kanbor duodecimal time, fellow from Klo Kiptek in Kanbordee City, Spinel Gemstonian named Zalen Rolixna as Kanbor Spinelian, she have 6 fingers per hand, 5 in 1 thumb, as Splixians have 4 per hand where we have 5 per hand, as the Splix world, KBEO, 471 Kanbor Hather 2, is strictly octal, as Kanbor duodecimal time and Kanbor Spinel calendar as duodecimal, or dozenal as I refer to. Oh yes, this is for some reason, Savage have 1 Groven eggs in 12 dozen packs in his fridge at his apartment.
12 dozen eggs in his fridge. This is he told me to broil some eggs for some beefy egg salad for his crew for this afternoon for soccer viewing party as I to do it now while he's having lunch at Costa Aero.
Egg salad? That is what I Mark Zaniels and my friend Corey Xanders to have for lunch, as Catherine Zaniels and Scott Xanders made those for me and Farah. Yes, Raptor, this is we must report for lunch now.
Speaking of egg salad, I have made those for you, as you head to kitchen to eat, while I go hibernate gaming computer as we to head to DG Costa Aero to spectate subject in viewing party at Esports Arena section at 3.
Okay, this is Irex have to say goodbye.
This is for you, Scott. I have egg salad sushi rolls for us, as you go have to close down the chat application, and log out, and suspend computer. This is we go eat then head to DG Costa Aerosat, to spectate soccer at Sports Bar at 3.
Alright, this is I will do it now, as for you in video call, I have to say goodbye and we'll chat with later.
The eggs are the cheapest in Costa Aero, as I got 12 of them. Anyhow must focus on subject this afternoon at 3. This as I note most Costa Aero fellows have interest of soccer, being soccer match outside Costa Aero that Costa 7 is mentioning now. This as the painter who painted the KBUEM. A friend of mine learned not to paint the KBUEM, as the colors were reverted back, as I learned. He gets extradited to Kanbordee city as he was sentenced to death. He was executed after payment of 1 billion Kanbor coin fine. About $32,150,000 and the firm in Costa Aero shut down by Kanbordee government order to Robloxian government as the RO mods terminate the faculty members.
Yes, that as the driver of the company van gets oof, he gets terminated as it shows a page with X as company van went into bricks, in which resulted in multi-vehicle pileup in Costa Aero and emergency detours in which Costa Aero court ordered Kanbordee and government to pay up to $40 million, in which money was sent late in the evening, also with an apology in which didn't knew of events that followed. Anyhow concerning the subject.
Dewey. Long time no see. How's life in Costa Aero?
It is good, as Scott, Rex and Stefan told me in past minute, subject unrelated to soccer, however may be inspired to the other subject to occur at 3, this being EliteYear esports, Groven Ositek thieves to compete against Optic Elito to do action at 3.
Groven Ositek thieves? What is Groven and Ositek?
Groven means 12 dozen, that is 144, and Ositek is splits number 100 in octal meaning 64, as it is inspired by the esports team but have no affiliation, based in alternate verse, Starland, Goldeny, Patriotland, thus in Realito Dimension, Los Angeles, California, United States of America, being 100 Thieves, or 100 Thieves, in which gets most notably in League Championship Series in Americana Division, where they compete in League of Legends, speaking of LCS, the Worlds 2022, to take place from September 29th to November 5th, 2022. Anyhow speaking of League of Legends, acronym LOL, in which same video game was used in Pekofinakolan esports in most recent tournament in Kanbor World.
I do note, this as the playoffs is around Halloween on Worlds 2K22 and RD and AV, this as we must definitely talk about soccer and not sports, this as, whoever is playing the music and subject.
This being the theme for Costa Aero, who is playing the music and from which object.
It is me, Toki, 86RZS. This is I inserted the CD and selected track at random as I needed to play some music via CD and not vinyl, 8-track or cassette and crank it up.
Did you just burn the CD just today?
Yes, from my computer, as my relative in Elite City has burned his to listen for his car as he made copies to Ashigo and Richard.
How many copies did you make?
12.
I would need one for me, Dewey.
This as I Savage also needed one.
Yes, as I have both, each for one of you. While at it, we must have some lunch.
Good idea, Toki.
Yes, I am hungry.
Okay, anyhow, I do love the music. Keep it in the jukebox. We will keep it, maybe transfer to the radio later on.
Anyhow, what do you like to order, the three of you? Speaking of Groven Ositek thieves and Optic Elito in Elitopian sports, subject is mentioning now on Costa 7 with Cast of Elito News 24 International Robloxia with live report from Raymond Blake from DG Square Litosat in Elite City, Elitopia. He mentioned subject at 3 p.m. Elite City and Costa Aero. This during Cast of Midday News Show, Lunch Blitz from Elito News 24 main feed in Elite City.
This is announcement of esports matches yet to be confirmed. However, we won't learn of subject until 2:45 p.m. Elite City. This is the viewing party of CDL 2022 Grand Finals, is confirmed to be moved to tonight club section. Yes, this as it gives interest to my relative Scott Elitistar now the subject on the news banner. I gotta alert Rekikin, Rex X Cryptor from RDKAN who's visiting Elite City as he is with Markip, Mark K Cryptor from RDKAN, with soccer players from the Mudkas, Kanbors and Thunder.
Whoa, oh my god. Apologies for foul language, but Groven Ositek thieves versus Kanbordee City thieves? This is I need to sound alarm to Rexican, Rex X Cryptor as I paged him and told him to meet at Delta 6 at the soonest possible.
Hey, who just shut off the television used in the demo? I was just checking into news report of subject on Elito News 24 on Groven Ositek thieves versus Kanbordee City thieves.
Do not worry, Mark E Cryptor. You can watch it via live stream on your tablet as Sean Z Cryptor has heard of it also and is putting that on the DVR toward the RDK 3000 TriStar media servers.
Okay, Chris K Cryptor.
Delta 6? This as I know you must note that you two ahead there. This as an associate told me, the brewer in question, the Anderser brewer, is not sold here at Kb.P. I have yet to check Zenmark, however I will go try to ask associate over at Delta 6. This as I do not want to pay 2 Elios to 2 Elios 25, for espresso in subject at Elito Cafe. This where I go there visit, however I go there for biscuit and such.
Okay, Julian Risokiard. However one model that we got, costs like 150 Elios, at a reduced price, originally costs 200 Elios. It's a dual brewer as we also use that to brew coffee, tea, or hot chocolate the traditional way.
Yes, as we are going to Delta 6 to meet with Rex X Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar Kanbordee Unit Division with Mark K Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar Kipnonian Unit Division who's visiting Elite City for the day for soccer match, to talk about esports match Kanbordee City Thieves versus Ositek Groven Thieves. Maybe in the week ahead. I can show you where it's located, Julian.
That will be a time saver for me.
Here's the one in subject. This is I and Marky are going to talk to Rexican and Markup on potential subject in the week ahead.
If you need any further assistance, consider asking an associate at D6.
Thank you. Anyhow, Tokyo Raystar, why are you doing here?
Joshi, I am waiting for an associate so I to ask him on a specific stereo system in subject thanks to Cosmos, who are Max and Rex Raystar's owners who knocked it down in my room causing damage, and Ashigo and Richard Raystar cleaning up.
Oh dear, anyhow, which one in specific?
Same one Ryoka have as he got it yesterday.
Yes, however we can't tell you what it is.
Okay, this is to get the brewer then immediately cash out. Have a nice afternoon.
Oops. I didn't realize it's a fire door I just opened. This is I was going to lean against the wall, not the door.
Egad, fire alarm. Ryoka, did you set off the fire alarm? You can go to jail for this.
Tokyo Raystar, it's a mistake. I did not realize I opened the fire door in which set off door alarm and fire alarm. I was going to lean against the wall and not the door, especially the fire door.
Then next time, you should watch what you lean against, as I to inform the associate of false fire alarm by mistake.
Alright, then tell them that I am deeply sorry and to apologize of such accidental aggravation.
Are you sure it is unintentional? Like, was this done on error?
Like, did you open the fire door without realizing it once you lean against wall but didn't realize it's a door?
Yes, as I do apologize for it.
I just talked to associate of false fire alarm activation by mistake. They could contact the fire department and alarm corporation of this, on such accidental active action, as they do accept your apology. Also suggest you to sit on bench nearby rather than lean against the subject. This is store owner will silence the alarm and reset the panel.
Rikikan, here is Mark E. Cryptor and Chris K. Cryptor. Alright, Markup. Mark E. Cryptor, is the fire alarm a false alarm? Yes it has, Rex X Cryptor, as it was accidental as he opened the fire door by mistake. He was leaning against subject in which he did not realize it's a fire door. He may have leaned further in which inadvertently opened the door lever. This in which I got hold of fire department and alarm corp, also the cops. They do acknowledge of accidental false fire alarm as they to cancel the response. This is associate to escort Ryoka to the bench within closest proximation as she have the stereo in subject for Tokyo Raystar. Anyhow, after watching online seminars and in-person workshops, also e-schooling in recent weeks, I should now be good in Japanese language and its Nippon culture as I to do Japanese calligraphy as I do note the time, 1300 hours, 2 hours to 2 esports events, 1 Elitopian, and 1 other and 2 soccer matches. As I grab my new calligraphy pen and get something for the subject as I get into action. There, finished, as I must check time, 13:24, this is I to check related ones online, as I unlock computer on my laptop running Windows 10, head to the start menu. Open Microsoft Edge. Head to Google. Go into image search and search for the subject I type out. I would not mind the subject regarding image that goes to English version of Wikipedia. This is I must head on to DeviantArt at https://www.deviantart.com. Log in into Bogey DoZ.A art. This is I to scan it and upload to DeviantArt. Also sell the art on another website. No wonder subject gets sold to Scott Blockskip within seconds. Did he just followed me recently? This explains him after I list it, for $10, it gets sold within the said minute. I have to deliver it to him, as I have to bring it to my Bogey mobile, as I to send it to him. I know where he lives. This as it just crosses 13:30, subjects in 90 minutes, as I to carry it and head downstairs, grab my helmet and goggles, then head outside. It sure is a lovely day today. Grabbing my key fob, this is I to head out. This is Zenzi Cryptor. What are you doing here?
I just checked your art online. It is good. This is I got a hold of Scott via messaging. He really wanted one.
This explains once I list it online, it gets sold within seconds for $10. This is I made the one earlier in the hour. I gotta put it in my Bogey mobile.
Wait a minute, Bogey. That art unique, as your car, 2022 Flex Tracky PHEV, does not have a rooftop, as you should get one. It could fly out causing danger to other motorists, as I am going to put it to my RDK mobile, as it cannot fit into the storage area of your Bogey mobile.
Okay, but do be careful.
There, as I enter my RDK mobile, as you follow the RDK mobile.
Okay Zen, this is I head to my Bogey mobile, put on my helmet and put on my harness, and start the car. Zenzi Cryptor, why are we making unexpected stop to McDonald's?
Awaiting order for pickup via mobile order from the app on my RDK phone as I am having late lunch.
Thank you for ordering at McDonald's Costa Aero.
Thank you. However, question to ask, where you work at McDonald's Cryptor City before you work at Savage and Costa Aero?
Yes.
Alright, have a nice afternoon. Bogey, we are taking off now.
Okay. Bear in mind I had to remotely open your hatch of the RDK mobile from my Bogey mobile as I had to get my art, as I had to get it from the hatch area. This is you ring the doorbell, Zenzi Cryptor.
Okay.
I have to answer the door. This is Lucky is going crazy. This, as I better open with care.
Hello Chimo-BLAKSKIP.
Konnichiwa, hello Zenzi Cryptor. I know Bogey E Cryptor is beside. Is it concerning the art you to give to Scott Blockskip?
Yes, it's for him. This as he is standing beside, as I had to ring doorbell and told Bogey to stand beside due to Lucky as we do not want Bogey's art to get damaged.
This is I go tell Scott of it right away. Scott Blockskip?
Yes, Chimo?
Bogey is here with the art you ordered that he sells.
Oh my god, Zenzi Cryptor, Bogey. Konnichiwa, hello Scott Blockskip. This is I did the best as I to send it to you. This is
Scott, watch for Lucky.
Tomare, stop. Good thing Lucky, I told you to stop in Japanese and English. This is you should keep your paws off Bogey, especially his art, as I do not want it to get damaged by you.
Okay, Scott. This is for you Lucky, you go back to where you head to.
Okay, Chimo, this as I would like to apologize as I was watching television regarding show on Sumo on TV channel from Nippon Blocks Land via relay on local Japanese-based television channel in Costa Aero.
Yeah, thank goodness for you Scott. You had to say action word to Lucky, as I do note what Lucky said. Once I get home, I to turn on the television and tune to some channel and subject, as here's your art. Thank you, Bogey. This is I and Chimo gonna frame it and put it on the wall where we eat. I would like to give a huge thanks to Zenzi Cryptor for assistance. You are welcome, Scott.
This is for you Chimo. I also have subject for you, however it's at my house as I to give it to you during sports match and soccer viewing parties at 1500 hours at DG Costa Aero's it, as it concerns what you really want as it's your birthday tomorrow.
I gotta have to wake up the divisional leaders of RDK 3000 TriStar who's visiting. This is I woke up at 0600 hours. This is I have to wake them up in a different way.
How? ZS Cryptor.
Mark E. Cryptor. He has since loaded a CD into the media player. The one he made with a star on the label.
Correct. This is I to play it straight at 8, on the PA system, at elevated volume in 1, 2, 3. Fire.
Overwatch League theme music, at 0800 hours. 50.0 EMT. 1200 TRX. 500 Kia Trocon. 5 o'clock ELST wake up call. What the hell is for what purpose?
It's for subject on latter half of Mike Zoll. Zoll number 36 of EliteYear EY 1022, in second week of IOTA that I am following very closely.
He mentions the subject in relation to OWL 2022 season, the Summer Showdown tournament being held in alternate verse hosted by TO Defiant, in Maple Hogtown, Loyal Heartland, White North Mapleland, this being in Realito Dimension or RD for short, for Toronto, Ontario, Canada. ZX Cryptor, how do you first follow the subject?
Since after the mid-season tournament weeks ago.
Is the music on repeat? Ryan M. Cryptor does not want the music play and repeat. Is it the only song on the CD, or is there other songs on the CD?
It's not on repeat. There are other songs on the CD including some jazz, and 20-minute countdown music with 5 minute overtime of NYE subjects for 2 HNMIs. This is I learned, concerning the schedule, it has not yet been announced as I to await the schedule as I to check daily. Subjects to occur from the 8th to 11th of next month. This is for the schedule for this week, in final week of qualifiers. Matches on 2nd to 4th of September this coming Friday to Sunday.
Oh yes, the teams participating are to be determined, as that to be announced based on the rankings based on C. In the week ahead hopefully by early next week however in the near term. Unrelated to esports, concerning 2 HNM events, Happy New Month Kanbordee Darwin Kb.P 17, and Alito IOTA EY 1022. This is subjects to occur at 1500 and 2000 today. I will need to use your CD, for the countdown music to be played over at RDKAnimation. Anyhow which track?
Track number 1.
Chris K. Cryptor, I do have a USB thumb drive concerning the subject, being a 10 Choi extended version countdown I made and remixed, with 30-minute overtime of subject, as you can use it.
Thank you as I will hand it to Max SD Cryptor to use.
Mark Zaniels, why are we at RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ? Corey Zanders, I gotta talk to Chris Zaniels, aka Chris C. Cryptor, as this is me with him back in 2019, EY 1019, when Ralph became contestant of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Elitopia in which he was part of Team K Gaming, now part of Elite City Shock. This is I know the subject in the past 3 years, anyhow Chris C. here, what do you want, Mark Zaniels? Chris Zaniels, when does the mystery gets unraveled, and who are candidates? Mark, to be those from KBIP 24, now KH24 International Elitopia, Kanbordee International Elitopia, Elito News 24, Triangle Television, Jinx TV, VWGT/VWG2N and others, we are not among the candidates, as it to be announced at noon, in 90 minutes. Go reconsider reprogramming your DVR if you have VWGT and VWG2N on your DVR cause the show to be preempted as a preventative measure in an event VWGT gets selected, if you arm to record on Vista Television and Viva Vision, as if VWGT gets selected. Vista and Viva Vision to present the esports matches for those on RDK 3000 TriStar TV service, amended programming to be effective for the day for today only but concerning the HNM Kanbordee and Elito primarily.
Wait a minute. Is it me back in 2019, EY 1019, regarding my face on the, with the that someone put the cat image on?
Yes, head leader, Ryan M. Cryptor. Anyhow, why you here?
First, tell Mark Daniels if the image was edited. Second, you are going to have the area lunch in an hour at 1100 hours. I mean in the next 30 minutes at 1100 hours. 62.5 EMT, 1500 TRS on August 31st, 2022, and Theta 30, EY 1022. Cause of announcement at noon. No wonder why there's a delay in the announcement. They should have announced at 1200 hours 5 minutes ago, and it's now 12:05.
They to announce on a little gamer ESP in the next minute, at 12:06, then media and public before 12:10, as personnel for those who get selected at 1200. This as they were notified in the past 5 minutes.
Checking on this TV, this news at noon, it states programming alert. The WGT will not be seen, as with the WG through N for today, due to simulcast a little gamma ESP. Maybe possibility DWGT and DWG2N may get selected. Gonna set the count to a little gamma ESP. Wait a minute, made that a little news please for.
This has both events to occur today concerning the happy new month and trimester of Kanbordee then Elito. Third trimester also Darmian Kb.P 17 and IOTA EY 1022. This as first subject to occur at 12 o'clock AM KBT, 0 o'clock KBDT on first AnyDoc Kb.P 17, 3 in the afternoon Elite City, 79.1 EMT. 1900 TRX and second at 8 o'clock PM Elite City, 00.0 EMT 0000 TRX IOTA 1, EY 1022 with both events at NYE Central of DG Square Lato Sat. Hold on, we have this breaking news, air, news alert just into a little news 24, make that an sports alert. This as concerning the participant being opponent of Team Bark in ELG Game Jam Esports Mania Aero 2022, EY 1022 celebrities versus gamers. Being Team Eagle in which in an announcement on a little gamer ESP, being the fellows from Vista's Virtual World and Gaming today, and evening show Virtual World and Gaming tonight, this as they to compete at said times I said concerning HNM and HNT.
Corey Xanders, hands off my alarm clock, bruh. Damn, what the hell? Son of a mother damn, what the hell? Why the hell did you shut off the two alarms? One set to 1500 hours and another for 2000 hours. Those are set to radio alarm, not buzzer. If I were you, Mark, I would keep it off. Is there a reason you need to keep it on? Because my cats and dog, Coco, Whiskers, and Rover, they need to know of the happy new month Kanbordee and Elito. They can train to shut off alarm and turn on my radio and television. And it is set to particular radio station so they know the cue to head to my room and silence alarm. Also this is cue for trigger to my home assistant to do certain tasks and remind me of subject, as I am turning it back on. Mark Zaniels, when do you expect to pick it up? Corey Xanders, I was just off the phone from Flex Motors, my ride is ready as for my other cars, 2022 Flex Farah and 2022 Flex Blitz, Smith Z Zaniels to share my Farah and Robert Zaniels to share my Blitz, as that to be my secondary and tertiary cars, as the Sport Coupe and Hatch to be their primary. As the motorbike, my MZ cycle, to be under my sole possession since Robert Zaniels no longer drives the motorcycle. You are correct, Mark. However I and my bro share the motorcycle. However I Smith Z Zaniels do note, Robert Zaniels had to even use your helmet for the motorcycle.
Yes, Smith Z. Zaniels, it's for you, Mark. I had to return your helmet as I placed it on your shelf. This as we are going to flex motors in a few, as I do note you have finished doing your task, as you must have to power down your computer, as parents and Chris Zaniels are at work, as I will lock the doors on the way out.
Yes, Robert Zaniels, as we better head off now. As for you, Smith Z, I will ride in your Farah and front passenger, as you have to bring me to Flex Motors dealership. Okay, Mark Z, this is I Smith Z Zaniels will unplug your car. This is the PHEV battery on the Farah is full, as the fuel level is good also. This is I have to shut down this computer but to upgrade to KOS 16.0 Costa Ultimate from KOS 15.2 Blitz to the 3 edition. This is I to do configs and upgrade to Kanbor-OS 17.9 via KVert box once I get back home late tonight. Anyhow, I am loving my new ride as I to clock the first kilometers and Kina nitros on my crossover. This as the PHEV battery is full as it was unplugged prior to leaving the dealership as it works with the existing charger at home and the charger in the hatch area. As it's more roomy than the Farah, and larger capacity too even with rear seats folded down, as the fuel tank was filled up as it was low as I exit fuel station. As I report to DG Square Latosat for work and clock in as my elder brothers Robert and Smith Z Zaniels are already there as they are waiting for me as with Corey Zanders. Did Kevin Alito Costa also already got the 2023 EY1023 Flex Sting Z2, this being a plug-in hybrid non-performance mid-range trim?
This must be Mark Zaniels honking at me in his new ride. Same as mine but more performance-orientated ones. This is I to arrive at Digi Square EliteYear and park at dedicated parking next to Corey Zanders' pickup truck at staff parking and Smith and Robert Zaniels' cars. This is Smith and Robert to head to esports arena section for VWGT versus the gamers while I Mark and Corey to head to NYE Central for HNM Kanbordee and Alito prep. This is Mark Zaniels to put on his Digi Square EliteYear GAMR hoodie, as it's 5 to 1, as we do clock in once we park. As I listen to the vehicle infotainment being my pocket TV with screen off connected to Axiality input tuned to channel 5.1, RDK 3000 TriStar TV service as the midday news is close to wrapping up as amended schedule kicks in after RDK 3000 TriStar Today Midday Edition.
This is an RDK 3000 TriStar alert. I am Chris K. Cryptor and this is Mark E. Cryptor from Studio RX at RDK Main HQ in Elite City. We have breaking news to report from within Elite City early this afternoon.
There has been a reported fire alarm going off at DoZ.A Park in Elite City. This is word from Elito Sports. This interrupted the baseball game Elite City Swifters vs Craig City Emeralds, as it's scoreless in first out in bottom first inning at time of alarm. This is according to Elito News 24. Citing Elito Sports commentator, was blamed on NYE Reveller concerning the Happy New Month and Trimester Clipney Ionian and Hugh Exitex civil in which he was watching live stream of KH24 on his phone and celebrating at time of alarm.
Oh my god. Fire call sirens, and just heard news flash, fire alarm at DoZ.A Park over some HNM Kipnonian and Hewexitex. This is I have to rush to DoZ.A Park via car immediately. Even though it was only an attempt, he was told he gets asked to leave. However, he's not banned from the stash limit as he was given a warning, as that was his first. This is I took action just 10 seconds prior to event at 14:59 and 50 seconds.
Hello Chubby H Crypto from Elite City, EliteYear. Hello Ozzy Hansa from Costa Aero. Ozzy, how is life in Costa Aero since you've been there for a week so far? Chub. The folks over there are so kind to me, compared to the folks in Crypto City in which the folks were picking against me. That's the reason why I head to Costa Aero, although there were a few fellows who were going to pick against me, even Bully and Harris, but Scott Blockskip, Ishio Blockskip, Stefan Blonston, Rex Blocksycion, and their friends also Kent Blockero came without warning as they were against the folks. Even Stefan and Scott brought their dogs Fido and Lucky as the dogs chased the folks. This gets attention to Savage, Dewey and Toki. He gets his gun and shoots one of the folks down, as Dewey runs over the second fellow down using his interceptor, while Toki, who's 86 RZS, went out of his Evo and was chasing the fellow until fellow heads into the water, as he was swimming to one end of Costa Aero toward the lighthouse. However, he was attacked by a shark, as he went underwater as the fellow was drowned. However, the shark sets off the horns as that's not the lightning alarm but shark alarm. Well, I Chubby H Crypto wonder, is it the same horns used for lightning alarm in Elite City? No, it uses a different horn type and pitch. Shark swam away after an hour. Is it the same shark alarm notifier audibles used in Riga, EliteYear and Silversity, Corjatopia? No, Pacifico also uses the same shark alarm horn as with Costa Aero, as loudspeakers were also blaring here in Costa Aero with voice announcement with 3-tone chord playing the RBC chimes, the same chimes that is played on idents on RBC on the TV, Roblox Unit Broadcasting Corporation, in which the pre-recorded voice stating, "Danger, shark warning, get out of water." Phew. Good thing the fools are dealt with in Costa Aero. Now, Chubby, where are you in Elite City? Ozzy, I am with the RDK6 visiting Omega Costa, a tropical-inspired restaurant in Elite City Metro, EliteYear on Kanbordee Street. It was used to be Omega Italo. You should note the time, approaching 1500 hours here in Elite City and time in Costa Aero, in which is approaching. Chub, I already note the time in Kanbordee City, approaching 12 midnight KBT and College E0 KBDT. What gives on the subject? Ozzy, you should note the new show on Elito News 24 in which gets also aired on Elito News 24 International Kanbordee, and Elito News 24 International Roblox Unit especially Costa Aero feed. This as the new show, Kanbor-Elito Express gets aired in a few.
Yes, Chub. This as I young am Crypter is to watch the show on the TV as with him and the rest of RDK6. This as RDKAnimation Crypter is excited on the show.
Yes, Yoji, this is RDKAnimation must note. It's must-see TV, as I arm my DVR to the show, as it airs weekdays daily at 1500 hours. However, when daylight saving time is not in effect, at 1400 hours, translating to midnight KBT and 1900 hours UTC, 79.1 EMT, 791 Kiotrokins, 755, or 7425 EL, ST, 1900 TRX, 3 o'clock p.m. on the 12-hour clock in Elite City and Costa Aero. 2 p.m. when DST is not in force, 4 p.m. Rio de Blocks.
Glancing at my watch is the current time precisely as I to mute mic and to watch the show via live stream on alternate computer.
This is Elito News 24's Kanbor-Elito Express. I am Stefan Elito Kanbordee, bringing to you live over at Studio ELK 784 at Elito Media HQ in Elite City, EliteYear. It is midnight KBT, College 0, 3 o'clock p.m. Elite City. Headlines at the new Kanbordee within Kanbordee, Kanberworld, EliteYear and elsewhere.